But first, making a buzz right now.
Guess what? His wife has actually never worked a day in her life. She's never really dealt with the kinds of economic issues that a majority of the women in this country are facing.
That comment setting off a firestorm about stay-at-home moms. That's Democratic strategist Hilary Rosen talking about Mitt Romney's wife, Ann. She claims the 64-year-old mother of 5 and grandmother of 16 has never held a job.
Well, right after that comment, Ann Romney fired off her very first tweet saying, "I made a choice to stay home and raise 5 boys. Believe me, it was hard work." That set off a Twitter battle between the two women. Today, Hilary Rosen is defending her comment, saying this isn't about Ann Romney.
This is not about Ann Romney. This is about the waitress in a diner in, someplace in Nevada who has 2 kids whose daycare funding is being cut off because of the Romney-Ryan budget, and she doesn't know what to do.
Well, Democrats are distancing themselves from Rosen's comments. Senior Obama campaign advisor David Axelrod called them inappropriate and offensive.
And so many mothers out there sounding off. Joining us to discuss this topic and a whole lot more, today's guest, Arizona Highways Magazine editor-in-chief, Robert Steve. Thanks.
I'm not a mother, but I will sound off. Too.
Yeah, well, I mean, your reaction to this, was this a political mistake to criticize Ms. Romney, regardless of the context?
Yeah, I'm not a political strategist, but it's a mistake no matter how you look at it. I mean, man, woman, whether you have kids at home or no kids, I mean, it's, I think politics, there's a line you cross, and I think you don't take personal shots, and you stick to the issues at hand, and maybe that's what she was trying to do. I honestly, hearing her defending this later on is actually more shocking to me than the fact that she even said it in the first place. It's shut it down and just move on, and hopefully it'll die down.
Well, I think this is offensive to women of any political affiliation. If you're a stay-at-home mom, you know that is probably the toughest job there is.
Yeah, my mom was a stay-at-home mom. She raised 4 boys, and I was one of those 4. I know how hard she worked, so it offends me as a man. I think it's ridiculous, and I want to think that as those words were sort of coming out, they left her brain, and she's like, I hope they haven't gotten to my lips and tongue yet, but then there they came out, but she's not backing away.
Well, she's arguing, and a lot of folks would argue that, maybe she wasn't taking a shot at, at Ann Romney herself, but the fact that she is with a millionaire husband, she did have help. She does probably likely had nannies or, services that were there afforded to her that a lot of folks who are of lesser means would not be able to have. And they were arguing that that is what she was trying to say. Not that she was, poking at her, her being a mom, but just the fact that, you're in a different pay bracket than most women that I'm referring to.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I remember when Rush Limbaugh made his obnoxious comments about Chelsea Clinton, but he was a radio host and maybe has a little more latitude. This is a woman who's supposed to be a strategist. You would think she'd know what to say and what not to say.
Right. Rosen was correct in saying that Ann Romney has never faced the economic challenges most women in this country face, but to say that she has never worked a day in her life.
Word choice.
Why did you go there?
Yeah, well, working at being a mom
backfired.
yeah, a lot of folks would say working at being a mom is very, very hard, and it's a thankless job. That's what a lot of folks would argue as well. Kenneth Schlein says women should be truly insulted that Hilary Rosen doesn't put value on stay-at-home moms and all that they do.
Socorro Martinez says that was ignorant of Hilary Rosen to say that. Raising 5 children is harder than any job. I know because I did it, and now I'm helping to raise the grandchildren.
Keith Howard, a stay-at-home mom of 5 is one thing. A stay-at-home wife of millionaire CEO husband is quite another world. Not to say Ann Romney hasn't participated in the development of her children. It's just most of you don't have an at-home staff to assist unless it's the older children helping with the younger ones.
Jody Drew Frazier says, I was a single stay-at-home mom who worked from home and struggled. I have 2 girls who are college grads, and I'm proud. She might have been a stay-at-home mom, but to have staff and millions at your fingertips, somehow I believe that that is what Hilary Rosen was referring to. So again, if that was her point, I think she could have made it in a better way.
Well, she failed either way because we're sitting here talking about it today. I mean, whatever she meant, she didn't communicate it very effectively.
Well, keep the dialogue going. A lot of you already commenting. Keep it on going on Facebook.
Well, also